Ladies and gentlemen, this is Young in Love.
Hello people, what's up? Oh my god, I missed you guys. It's been like 2 or 3 months of podcasting break and I am back. Happy New Year to everyone listening. I hope you guys are okay because 2020 was a super rough year for a lot of people, but I mean, it's a good thing we made it. I mean, if you can hear me, it means you're in 2021. So congratulations to all of us who made it.
Happy New Year!
While we were on break, a lot of good things happened. A lot of good things happened to the podcast, and I'm going to share this news with you. I mean, good things, or really good things. And the first one is we purchased our recording mics. Yeah. So we will no longer be recording at a studio. We'll be recording from wherever, my house, the house of the guest.
Downfall.
I've not introduced you, so don't say a word yet. Okay, that's the first good news. We purchased our recording mics. And the second news is, while we were on break, still, Young in Love was ranked as number 17 in the list of top 50 Nigerian podcasts for 2020.
Yay! Drum rolls.
This ranking was done by NaijaPod Hub. So you guys can go check them out at NaijaPodHub.com and you see that Young in Love did well. I mean, this year we can get to top 10 or top 5. So thank you guys for making that possible. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for recommending, for rating the podcast, for writing reviews. I love you so much. On today's episode, we are going to be discussing love and the big cities. And I have brought someone who is super talented. A young man, an intelligent man. He's going to introduce himself. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Ifeanyi, aka Fecko, the host of Surviving Eko Podcast.
Yeah. And hold on, you guys. Surviving Eko also made it to the list of top 50 Nigerian podcasts. So you're listening to 2 talented podcasters.
We are doing well.
We are doing well.
I mean, we've always wanted to do this for a long time, and I'm glad that this is happening eventually.
Yes, yeah. And I think you're actually making a huge sacrifice for me right now.
Yes, I am, actually.
Because there's a lot of things you could be doing, considering I'm
in a competition called...
Okay, as at the time of recording this.
Yeah, but as at the time this episode will be out, the competition will be over, and then you will know if I'm the winner or not, but I pray I'm the winner. So the name of the competition is the Mic Africa, and I'm representing Nigeria as a finalist in the competition, and it's been great so far. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor to be here.
Okay, we're going to be discussing love and the big cities. Another of my friend was supposed to be here to represent Abuja, because when we're talking about the big cities in Nigeria, we're talking about Lagos, Port-Harcourt and Abuja, but Abuja is not represented here because the person who was supposed to represent Abuja traveled, so we have to do this. Lagos and Port-Harcourt. Should I call you Fecko or Ifeanyi?
Anyone you prefer, but I think for the purpose of the podcast, Fecko, since that's the brand name for my podcast.
Sometimes.
But by the way, Fecko is an acronym for those that don't know. It means formidable MCs can knock out obstacles. I'll just leave it at that.
Formidable. Okay, formidable. You're going to tell us. In which of these cities, I mean, between Lagos and Port-Harcourt, in which of these cities do you think it's easier to find love? Have you lived in? Let's start from Port-Harcourt. Have you lived in Port-Harcourt?
I've lived in Port-Harcourt, but briefly. I went to visit my siblings there. They school in Uniport at the time, And I think Port-Harcourt is called the Garden City, yeah?
Of course.
And when you hear garden, love, comes to mind. So I feel due to that slogan, I think you find more love,
flowing around
in Port-Harcourt. Compared to Lagos, it's more about the hustle, the bustle. And I would say in Lagos, I found love, but it's it's commercialized love. I don't know what that
means.
Okay,
hold it there. Well, you said you found love in Lagos.
Yeah.
I just moved to Lagos, and I feel like I'm never going to find love in this city. Because like you said, everybody is hustling, everybody is busy. Before I moved, I had a lot of people saying, come to Lagos, we're going to flex, blah blah blah, I'm going to show you around. Do you know that I can count the number of, actually only one person has taken me round. Let me not say Lagos, taking me round, like around my area. And he's actually someone that I didn't even know before moving to Lagos. Right, I met him here. Do you understand? But I think that finding love in this city, maybe I haven't stayed long enough, but I have to listen to you because you're the born and bred Lagos boy, right? And you said finding love here is commercialized. And you know I'm a young girl too, so I shouldn't have to stay in Lagos and grow old to the point where
people end up getting married in Lagos. People end up finding love in Lagos. But when I say commercialized, I mean, for example, if you're in the corporate sector, you could meet your future partner at your workplace, so in that context, office love, but it's still in Lagos. Exactly. At the end of the day, it's love,
Okay.
Yeah. So
what about dating? Is it easy to date? Because the traffic situation, assuming the person you're dating is miles away, before you guys can get I even saw a tweet once. The guy, asked a girl out, and before the girl could get to the destination of the date, it was dark, it was everything. Yeah. So I think she couldn't make it, and he was happy because to him his money saved. Do you understand? So talk to me about the ease of dating in Lagos. Yes,
as a result of traffic and
everything generally.
It's almost the same anywhere. Just let's take for example, you live in the Middle East, which is like a war-torn country.
Okay.
Are you going to say there are people there that don't fall in love? There are people there that don't find time to date? I think love is about sacrifice, making that sacrifice, So regardless of the traffic, I mean, I was going to say something.
Say it.
Okay. Now, there are different kinds of love, yeah? There's agape love, there's the romantic love.
Preach.
And then there's the love that, you love this person, you want to date this person.
Yeah.
The fact that I love you rather, as a fellow...
podcaster. Oh, you love me.
I mean, that's how to beat traffic, to be here, and regardless of
hold on, wait now, hold on. You love me.
As a fellow podcaster.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm saying that for the purpose of this show. Behind this recording, I might say something else.
You don't love me. Outside this one, you don't love me.
Are you actually putting me on the hot seat right now?
But you're on the hot seat.
Okay. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is, you should be ready to make sacrifices, for people you love. So if you're in a relationship and you feel traffic is going to be like an obstacle, you can try virtual dating, try calling her on WhatsApp, once
that virtual dating thing, we are going to be eating different foods, because one person might not even be able to get food.
It's not going to be all the time.
Just call it video call.
Okay, video call, WhatsApp call. And then the traffic situation is not always that terrible.
But what has been your own personal experience with dating in Lagos?
Okay.
Has it been easy?
I need to dig the archives of my memory, because it's been a while. I actually dated someone in Lagos, so I have to go back.
How long has it been? I have to
go back to 600 BC.
For real, man. How long has it been?
It's been a while. I think it was 2 years ago.
Fecko don't lie to me. I remember we were talking sometime in 2020, and you said you just let me not expose you.
That one wasn't I think that was an entanglement.
Oops.
I was in a serious
having entanglement on Young in Love.
I was in a serious relationship in 2017, 2018. Yeah, I would say that.
So since then you've not.
So after 2018, I got too busy with
chasing the bag.
You get me? So
hustle over feelings.
At the end of the day, you need money to pay bride price, and no matter how much you love the lady. Except I heard there are some states in Nigeria where you don't have to pay bride price.
I don't know.
But then my personal experience of dating in Lagos has been interesting. It has been adventurous.
Was it easy?
At first, it was easy, but along the line, it got tough. It got really tough to the extent that I had to drift away from the lady I was dating. actually had to drift away from ourselves.
Hold on, you
Because-
drifted away from her into an entanglement.
No, we drifted away from ourselves
Okay.
into our respective
Hustles.
hustle.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what happened. And of course, along the line, when you're hustling, you would need, companion like once in a while, having people around. It might not be something romantic or deep, but you want to have someone around. So that's why I said entanglement.
But that's how you entered the entanglement.
Yes, that's how I did, And for me, not like I want to blow my own trumpet or anything, but most of them were born out of, people that had crushes on
Ladies
me.
crushing on you. Lagos ladies, you guys are crushing on Fecko. It's easy to see why. Let me fan your this thing. Okay, so but how do you think the women in Lagos relate to the idea of love? Earlier you said love in Lagos is commercialized. So do you think that the women in Lagos are genuine when they say they love you, or when they have a crush on you, or they're after money, as in this guy is boxed up? I moved to Lagos and I met this guy. And he told me he's scared. He lives in Lagos though. He grew up here. He's been here the whole time. He said he's scared of Lekki girls. And I'm like, why are you scared of Lekki girls? Do you understand? He said he has seen things, all sorts of diabolism and all of that. You understand? Like, there's a lot that girls do to get guys that are boxed up. So, from your own experience, do you think that women in Lagos are sincere when it comes to love, or they go all out anyhow, Jaruma or anything, they'll do it, Kayamata. They'll do it.
For me personally, the kind of ladies I've met in Lagos are independent women.
Oh shit.
Very hardworking women, like they have it going on for themselves. So they don't necessarily have to ask you for money or ask you, but I mean, as a guy, you don't need to be told.
Are you saying that independent Lagos women or Lagos independent women do not need guys who are boxed up?
They need guys that are ambitious. When you say boxed up, what do you mean?
A guy who has money,
From
plenty
like
of
how
it.
much? What's the range?
I don't know. I will
From
not.
like $1 million. Boxed up like from $1 million.
Quickly, even that $1 million is becoming. The economy is not friendly anymore. Plus, the currency is losing its value. So before, $1 million used to be big, but now, close your eye, open it's gone.
Okay, well, for me, I think most of them are independent, like the ones I've met in Lagos. They're independent, and then of course they won't want to associate themselves with guys that are lazy. So that's why I said most of them also like guys that are ambitious, guys that are hardworking, guys that want to hustle and become boxed up. So you just need to start from somewhere. And I also think some men get intimidated by women that are independent in Lagos. They feel they have liberty of doing anything, so it's a dicey situation. But in my own case, like the ladies I've met, they are super fantastic, and they're also independent.
Okay, so on a general note now, besides your personal experience, would you say that the women are genuine or they're commercialized? I'm using your own word now.
I need to work with statistics, but I would say majority of Lagos ladies are actually sincere.
Hey!
Yeah.
It was. I never expected that.
I would say so. Of course, there are bad eggs everywhere, but I would say majority.
Okay.
Because African women are generally like very hardworking, so.
No, it's one thing to be hardworking. I mean, I don't want to, drag on, with this, but it's one thing to be hardworking. And it's another thing to find where the money is. Go there and find love. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Because that feels like what I'm observing in Lagos. Social strata. So
of course, no lady will want to settle with a guy that is still struggling. Like, okay, if I'm to go by what you're just saying now, majority of women in Lagos would like to date guys that are like boxed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to ask you this one question, and I want you to be sincere.
Okay.
Tell me about the men of Lagos. Are you guys genuine? Or you also look for where it's happening, the independent ladies? And because since moving here, I've had quite a number of requests from guys like, I want to come over. I want to come over and do what? I want to come over. Do you take wine? I could bring wine so we can just chill. I mean, that's good, to relax and stuff. But I feel like we've not gotten to that point where you just come over. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Then one was telling me, you don't want me to come over. The other Lekki girls that are asking me to come over. I was like, go now. Do you understand? So comment on that, because I'm not a big girl. I'm not a Lagos big girl at all. So I find a lot of young guys just for, I can't say everything. Do you understand? So I want you to talk about Lagos guys. Are you guys really, really, really sincere when it comes to finding love?
I feel that's a tough question. But I feel if you're ready, to find love, you would look for love. In fact, you won't look so hard for it. When you find it, you've seen it. Unless you're looking for entanglements, and it's rare these days to find guys that are a larger percentage of men in Lagos are flirts.
You hit the nail on the head.
It's human nature to an extent too. I don't know why. King Solomon.
Leave King Solomon out.
Allow me use my analogy, please.
Okay.
It goes back in time. So I don't know. It's deep rooted. But then, if you want to be serious in a relationship, the ball is in your court to become serious. And for me, I'm at this point where when I do find someone, because I'm single at the moment, so when I do find someone who is...
Hey, excuse me. Fecko is single. At the time of recording, well, I don't know, maybe by the time you'll be hearing this, something... But he's single. He said so. Proceed, my dear.
But I'm looking for someone who is, dedicated, someone who is passionate about what I do and what she does as well. It's not about me, it shouldn't revolve around me. Somebody that I can relate with at any time. It has to be organic. That emotion has to be organic. It shouldn't be forced, So yeah, I'm at that point right now, and if you're a lady with those kind of qualities, you can send your mail to HR at this is Fecko. Just kidding.
Okay, what about the gigolo market? You know who a gigolo
that
is?
Market,
Oh, it's booming.
I don't know if it's booming, but I have a friend.
Yeah,
I'll mention his
he's
name.
a gigolo.
Wait, which one? Okay, gigolo is the male version of sugar mommy.
No, now of the side chick.
Guys that service
sugar mummies, yes.
Right? Yeah, okay. At some point, I thought I don't know what gigolo meant again.
Talk about that. Is it booming in Lagos?
Some areas like where's the name of this place? I think it's around Ojota. Somewhere in Ojota.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was thinking you said maybe Ikoyi, Lekki.
Yeah, places like that too. But the experience I had, not my own personal experience, a friend of mine.
Okay.
Because I was there when the sugar mommy came to pick
him from Ojota.
Yeah, it was like standing.
Wonderful.
I was like, wow, So yeah, to an extent, it's booming.
Okay, but do they have like a location? How when you say Allen Avenue in Kezia, girls are there standing. Do they have a place like that in Lagos where the gigolos stand around for sugar mummies to come pick them up?
I need to ask my friend.
Nice. Okay, like this your friend, is he a proud gigolo? There are people that do it with pride, like there are side chicks that do their stuff with pride.
It's a hustle for them. He doesn't do it with pride, and I don't think he's a gigolo anymore.
Okay, he's a repentant gigolo.
I guess so,
Oh, okay.
So. And then situations will push you to do certain things, out of desperation. Probably you're trying to raise funds for something. It's not like you enjoy what you're doing, but you just have to do what you have to do.
Okay, man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
So he's a repentant gigolo. But as for the industry, to be honest, I've not really been paying attention to that.
It's fine because if you're not super involved in anything, you might not really know much about it. But what do you think about it though? The gigolo industry in Lagos. Low-key, I think it's a booming industry. I don't have facts to support my thinking, my feeling. It's just a feeling. Okay. I don't have facts.
Why do you feel so?
That's what I'm saying. Is your sixth sense, your gut feeling about certain people you see. So there is no hard fact to prove it. But just a feeling. But like you said, a man's got to do what a man's got to
there was
do.
this time I was working somewhere, and the lady who was old enough to be my mom, you know, she was winking. That was the first time I like, God, what is this? Hey.
Oh my God.
I don't know how to describe how I felt. I'm like, wow, so this is actually, I see it in movies, so but that day I was like, oh, so this is actually
It
for
happens.
real.
It's real.
It happens. So, and I know there are some guys that, assuming they were in my shoes that day, will have collected her card.
But she
her
was
phone
clean,
number.
skin like butter.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to mention names like,
Okay.
Some people have thought they hit the jackpot, like some guys, if they had met her, you know. But I was like, I still felt disgusted with the whole thing, you know. But at the end of the day,
It is what it is.
everyone have their preference, you know.
That's true. Okay, so Fecko, where would you rather raise a family?
Canada.
Lagos. Hey, so you want to Japan? I was going to give you options, but you just blew my mind with that. Canada. I mean, so let's say between Lagos and Port-Harcourt, you had to make that choice.
If you say between Lagos and Port-Harcourt, it has to be where I am at the moment. And I think for someone like me, I'll be in Lagos.
You'll be in Lagos.
I'll be in Lagos.
It's okay to raise a family here, because I hear a lot of people say raising a family here is Herculean because of the nature of the society here, the stress and everything.
But people still do it.
I mean, people do it.
Yeah.
Kudos to all of them. For me, I'll comment on Port-Harcourt. I think it's actually easier to find love in Port-Harcourt from my own perspective as a young lady, because before I even moved to Lagos, I met some really interesting people, and I think perhaps if I were around, if I were still in Port-Harcourt, things might have progressed. No guarantees, but just that feeling, you know. I think it's easier to find love in Port-Harcourt. My experience so far have I really dated? Okay, yeah, I've dated someone in Port-Harcourt. You don't have to think so much about traffic when you want to go on a date. 10 minutes of commuting and you're at your destination. So it makes things a lot easier, right? And then when it comes to dating, I think that, I mean, there's no way of knowing, but from my own small personal experience, because I've not been around long enough, I'm just a 20-something-year-old, you get. But from my own small experience, I feel that the guys in Port-Harcourt are more sincere. They are more...
The competition is more in Lagos.
Okay. They are more sincere, they are level-headed, more willing and more ready to commit. I remember a time one of my friends on WhatsApp was saying, "Nah, Kezia, this one every weekend they're engaging your friends. What's up now? That the guys in this her own location, I think she mentioned Lagos, that they are just dulling. They will carry you everywhere, catch cruise with you, but they will not commit." So I think it's somewhat slightly different in Port-Harcourt, where the guys are the guys are ready to
That's what I'm saying. See,
say
like,
I do.
Personally, I think there's something about Lagos that makes you want to keep hustling and hustling. Like you get addicted to the
When it comes to
hustle.
finding money, there's no end to it.
Yeah.
So you must not put a part of your life on hold.
Okay.
When you make money to a certain extent, you have to now juggle the whole thing. Like, that's if you want, because not everybody wants to start a family actually. So if you want to start a family, then at some point you have to be able to, you know, move between the two, not keeping one part of your life entirely on hold. Just, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Exactly. Then in Port-Harcourt, I cannot comment on the gigolo market because I don't think I met anyone. I might have. I didn't know he was a gigolo, but I cannot comment on the industry if it's booming. And where would I rather raise a family? I think I'd rather raise my family in Port-Harcourt. Though I'm here, I'm Port-Harcourt born, Port-Harcourt bred, but Lagos living. If I had to raise a family in Nigeria, because me, I would like to follow you to Canada. When you're going, please put me in your bag. If I were to raise a family in Nigeria, it would definitely be Port-Harcourt or Abuja. But you know, we're not really talking about Abuja today. Abuja, maybe we'll have that conversation another day. But I would want to raise my family in Port-Harcourt. It's a lot calmer.
Lagos is very stressful.
The sanity in Port-Harcourt, you can't compare it. Lagos is mad. Within the first week of coming to Lagos, conductor nearly beat me and my colleague. I was so scared because if you see me like this, I don't have strength to fight. You see, so I just feel that for me, Port-Harcourt rates high, you know, when it comes to finding love, when it comes to dating, when it comes to marrying, when it comes to raising a family. I'll definitely rate Port-Harcourt above Lagos.
the part where he talked about raising a family in Port-Harcourt, and that Port-Harcourt is calmer,
Yes.
Lagos is very stressful. It made me remember a tweet I saw online.
Okay,
and he said, when you leave Lagos for a day and you can legit feel the needless, ceaseless edginess leave you, your blood pressure drops, your skin pores open, which explains why you're glowing.
I'm
right
glowing.
now.
But I've been in
Your vision
Lagos.
clears up, but you traveled for a while. I came back.
Okay.
Your heart pumps better, and when you listen closely at night, you hear God in the dark. Silence. So
Lagos is noisy.
Jesus,
it's mad.
my
It's
God.
crazy.
See Mushi,
I think we are basically saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing. So thank you, Fecko, for being on the podcast today. I cannot thank you enough because I know you're actually making a huge sacrifice. Thank you, and God bless
God
you.
bless you.
Okay, so we've come to the end of today's episode of Young in Love. If you're trying to make that decision between, moving to Lagos or moving to Port-Harcourt, you should know this, especially if you're looking to find love or start a family, if you're looking to date, if you're looking to be a gigolo. Whatever it is, this is information right here. So do with it whatever you will. Thanks, guys, for listening. And to add, a friend started a GoFundMe on my behalf, and this GoFundMe is basically to raise funds for my master's program. So far, I want to thank the patrons who have supported my podcast on patreon.com/younginlove. You guys are doing amazing. I cannot even thank you guys enough. I cannot. I'm sincerely grateful for that. I'm calling on all well-meaning listeners of this podcast to please support me. I have a GoFundMe campaign currently on for my master's. There's no amount is too little. No amount is too little. As it is, if 785 people donate £25 each, it's going to be a wrap for the campaign. So don't feel that £25 or £20 or any amount is too small or something. Just please feel free to donate. And if you're in Nigeria and you like to donate, I've gotten the feedback that the platform is maybe rejecting cards from Nigeria. There's a Flutterwave account if you'd like to donate from Nigeria. If you try on the GoFundMe and it's not successful, try donating with the Flutterwave account, and I bet it's going to be successful. Thank you so much in advance for supporting me, for being with me on this journey. I cannot wait to, carry you guys along on my master's trip. I hope that it's a success, it's a reality. I hope that the campaign is a success. So please support me on my GoFundMe. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this episode of Young in Love. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, if you did, you can rate us and write a review on Apple and Google Podcasts. Feel free to like our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram at younginlove_podcast. Share this podcast with your family and friends. Subscribe to Young in Love Podcast on Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support Young in Love Podcast, you can do this on our Patreon account by visiting patreon.com/younginlove and making a small monthly donation of as little as $1 every month or 350 naira monthly, or even bigger donations as you feel led to. But hey, if you cannot make any donations, that's fine too, because besides just money, Young in Love Podcast has thrived and will continue to thrive on the prayers and good wishes of good people like you. Until the next episode, bye and be good.
Young in Love.